one, the Pro Tour is over, and the deck that we built on stream, a deck that we built on stream, and a deck that we spent a long time working on, top 8 a couple challenges, top 8 of the event in the hands of make sure I'm saying this right, Kid Yukihiro. Was very fun to watch the deck in action. He had a team of, I think it was 8 Japanese players that played it, and then there was one non-Japanese player who played a list more similar to what we were playing. They did make some changes, so I wanted to play the modern challenge today with some of those changes. We'll go over some of that. I guess should we do that now? Let's do that now. Let's go take a look. I had the you switch Ulamogs to the one Kin played. Oh my gosh, I grabbed the wrong Ulamog. I grabbed the wrong Ulamog. Great catch. We have time to change, thankfully. Oh my gosh, that would have been so embarrassing. Ceaseless Hunger, not the Defiler. Yeah, it also so it did not have the highest win rate of decks at the tournament. It had the highest win rate of decks that had more than one player. Usually at the Pro Tour, there's always, like, if you have just one player playing a deck and that player goes 7-3, they have a 70% win rate, and that's like, it's like the most broken record of all time. So I want to talk about the win rates. Maybe now's a good time. This comes from Frank Karsten here. It's like, usually, like, I remember, like, the last couple Pro Tours, people would talk about decks that had 10 or more people playing the deck as being statistically significant to talk about the win rates. There were 9 players playing Eldrazi Trudge. Certainly, I would say one less player doesn't make it statistically insignificant. However, a sample size of 9 players is, and like, what is this? This is 81 matches total played. Although I don't actually know how it's 81. I guess somebody, because it should. Wait, how is it 81? Shouldn't it be 80? No. Sorry, I have it wrong. It's eliminating mirror matches, and it shouldn't be 80 anyways. It was Wait, but wouldn't it be 10 matches of Modern each? Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense if it's eliminating the mirror matches. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure not to forget this. Great catch. Nine players is a significant for a breakout deck. I agree too. It's like the performance, like let's not there's like a lot of ways to think about this, and it's very this was an insanely good result for a deck that people did not respect, for a deck that people thought was a meme, that like people would not have expected it to show. Like I remember Corey, because a couple times he didn't expect it to show up at the Pro Tour. This was like an insane result. To top 8 the event and to have this high of a win rate. It is also 9 players playing the deck, which is just not as big a sample size as something like Eldrazi. The big decks that all did really bad. Maybe I've been saying this also. Like I was saying for a long time that that Trudge is a very similar deck archetypally. It's a very similar deck archetypally to Brood-Scale. And it's doing a lot of things Brood-Scale's doing, but it's just doing them better. Was this thing I was saying for a while, and it had a better result at the PT event as well. Okay, so you just go turn 2 fight rigging here, or so turn 2 Trudge, turn 3 fight rigging. Everyone's gone. Scalding Tarn go. Not sure what that means. Hey, Atashi, good to see you. 69 months. Let's go. It was a Japanese team. I'm not sure what their team name was that played it, and then I think one non-Japanese player. Well, what do you want to cast this turn? Do you think at least testing the blue-green MDFC is worth it? I'm gonna try to kind of mentally think, like, would the Turntimber Symbiosis be better than the blue-green MDFC in my head? And so far, I think the it's like 2-0 for Turntimber Symbiosis, but one of those was my opponent's Trudge deck. But I do feel pretty confidently that card's not good, but I could be wrong. You got 5 cards in your hand. You got anything? Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'll give it like 1 or 2 more turns, I guess. But maybe I'm not doing that bad. Like, drawing Ugin's Labyrinth, we can cast Ugin. You just tap for Suntap Source. It's also better to hard cast Turntimber Symbiosis, but it's easier to cast the other one off Temple, maybe. But I just think that this deck does not like tap lands very much. You know, I'm someone who, you know, is maybe more okay playing tap lands than others. Like if I was gonna play a green tap land, I would probably play Mosswort Bridge over. Like if it was between Mosswort Bridge or the blue-green Devourer of Hope. If it was between Devourer of Hope and Turntimber Symbiosis and Bridge, I think I'd even play 2 more Bridges over the Mosswort. I know it imprints to Lab, but like Mosswort is just so insane in this deck. I think I'd be okay with it. But I think I would just rather have more untap lands at the Turntimber Symbiosis is at least where I'm at the moment. Maybe I should just run it back here. 4 Emrakul, 2 Ugin, 2 Log, only Lab. Yeah, I'm usually like really okay only playing 8 Lab targets. The thing is, like, this deck just doesn't need Lab to be imprinted to be like good. Like you still have the Dutch Rolls with it. You still have plenty of imprintables for Lab, I think, but like you just don't need it that badly, and then you get to have a lower curve. Is Moon getting a Trudge? If any of the 5 basics force are in play, it's really easy to beat Moon. My first routes were only playing 1 basic. This was before the Ponza deck was popular. Oh, I didn't drag the land out. Okay. Well. I think against control you keep this. You just don't want to mulligan very much. Yeah, it's not bad against the deck by any means, but it's just like if they don't have a Sporus in play, it's great. Or an untapped Fanatic. Oh, this is just a league. That's why we're playing no hand hider. See if they have a consign. So we get the bridge, since I want another green source to eternalize this into counter magic next turn. Not a great hideaway. Yeah, Teferi Time. That's a great point, Cost. Teferi Time Reveler is really good against Trudge. Five cards in their hand. I think we just eternalize into the open mana here. Yeah, we could play Thief of Existence in the sideboard of this deck. It's kind of a card I don't think about too often. Snap Push. So they might consign the Fight Rigging ETB, so I think I'm going to try to play around them doing that by playing Fight Rigging first. I didn't leave green mana up, though, so... How did Trudge do with the PT? It was the best deck in the format. Yeah, you could play Wumpus in this deck. We have thought about it some. Right, they force negation this. Good read opponent. Two cards in hand over there. Still 1 mana shy of Ugin. I love that my boy Fanatic of Rhonas is finally great. It's awesome. Hey, Matthew, good to see you. Hope you have a good one, too. Dang, banned this card, huh? So I think I would be able to block this Fanatic on the Frog if they don't fly it. I don't think I need to attack. Okay, got the Emrakul next turn, right? They have a push, okay. Hard to say no to this block. I have to discard 3 cards. Well, cast this. I don't exactly expect it to resolve. They might have Flame of Anor. Can fly the Frog this turn if they like. Do you think I want to block with this Fanatic this turn? Another Fatal Push. Can they discard a Frog to their Frog? They have Riddler? No? Just leaving these in the yard for Snapcaster, I guess. So 3 cards in their hand. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right, I mean, gotta take the cast trigger card. Yep. So I guess next turn I could go. I cast Emrakul, right? I think so. Assuming my Fanatic lives. So I can go Fight Rigging, put a counter on Fanatic, put Emrakul into my hand, and then... okay, is that the 4th Fatal Push? That is the 4th Fatal Push. Well, by me a turn. By them 8 turns, rather. Yeah, I decided just to play in the leagues. So I could save some brain power. So they're 1 card short of killing me with the Frog. I'm dead to a removal spell on the Fanatic. Okay. I think I've got Ugin's Labyrinth and Imprintable. Can you explain what changes you took from Ken? I really like cutting the Devourers for Ugins and Ulamogs, especially if this mirror is going to be popular, which it seems like it will be. Guess I just have to put back the Ugin here. Keep the K command as my top end. I decided to play a Boseiju over Turntimber Symbiosis, but I'm still playing 2 Turntimber Symbiosis over the Devourer of Truths. I think that those are not very good. I know that they're there for more lab and printables, but I think that they are just so weak. And I think this deck hates the tap lands. And I think Turntimber Symbiosis is better at the hardcast, so I'm just pretty off of that card. And then I liked the Elder Gargaroth in the sideboard. We have that. I think that they were too weak to Esper Gorios, which it also took me a while to know that the deck was bad to Esper Gorios, which I think is, it's reasonable that they didn't realize it. But they did really bad against the Pro Tour, so I wanted to keep in the Ghost Vacuum and the Ooze. Although maybe these should be Grafdigger's Cages, so that you can be better against Neoform, but then turning off your Green Sun and the Esper Gorios matchup is kind of tough. We might get Neoformed here. But I did like the Elder Gargaroth for Boros Prowess, although those matchups are good. I was on the Chalices too. They were playing the Chalices. They were playing, I think, only 2 Seers. So do we think they have Consign? I guess if they have Consign, it's going to be kind of easy because they're just going to... hold on. I guess I tap like this so that if I find another Fight Rigging off the K command, I can use it. Is that what I want to do right now? Yes, I think so. Garga's good against Dimir. Oh, that's true. I should have boarded it. It just doesn't die to push. Great point. Another Fanatic will be good as I'm about to draw 7 cards, so... We can have a Ferocious by just putting a counter on the Disciple of Freyalise next turn if we want. I think this is another point for Turntimber Symbiosis being better than Devourer of Truth, although I guess we might have to cast it to know for sure. Do you take credit for Yukikiro's deck? I don't know. I think there's like a little bit to say for the fact that, you know, I invented the archetype on stream. His deck is very clearly my list with like Devour, swap for big things, and like 4 changes. But he picked up the deck. He made the changes. He made it his own. It is its own thing now. He's the one that played at the Pro Tour. He's the one that top 8'd. So he, of course, this is his weekend, not mine. But I don't think it really needs to be like one thing or the other. Like one person gets all the credit, one person gets nothing, you know. I think that, as always, the Magic is a small community, and I think it's really cool that someone from Japan in Netherlands can take a deck from a guy in the US and top 8 an event with it. I think that's really special. The gathering is really cool. How connected we are across the globe, and if there's something to be taken away from it, I'd like it to be that. Can also cast Turntimber Symbiosis here. Yeah, like we both could be happy with the result, you know. Yeah, that's like all Magic is, you know, people have ideas, people take those ideas and refine those ideas, and like it's like we're all a bunch of little neurons connecting to each other. I think it's really cool. Yeah, then Ken was also so fun. He's so fun to watch how happy he is. He really lets it show, which is awesome. Did they have consign? Okay. I'm gonna assume that they are Neoform, although we're not citing really too much differently if they're living in, I guess. Cut Ugins, cut the Rumbles. Oh, Ken was also playing Cavern of Souls over Ghost Quarter. I do think there's just been so much Tron on Magic Online, and I'd rather play the Ghost Quarter, rather. But I mean, you can play Cavern if you want. I really don't like that Cavern doesn't cast the green 1-mana. I guess it casts Trudge, but it doesn't cast Green Sun. Guess we're on the draw. What was my other cut? Was it the Mycospawn on the draw? And then I cut the Caverns for the Mycospawn on the play. Pretty tempting hand. Let's fall again. Alright, keep this. I guess we put back K Command. Thoughts on the Magic Pro Tour Hall of Fame returning? I'm excited about it. I think it's the Hall of Fame is really good for the game, good for the history, good for the culture. It's sad it's been gone for like 8 years, but it's good. As far as the ballots, I don't know. There's like a long clog of players who like deserve it, and like it's been gone, so I don't know. It seems like the first class should maybe be really big. Yeah, we had a Galta version of this deck testing World War Hulk when it came out. That'd be kind of fun to try. Oh, so are they Living End? Yeah, if they're Living End, you usually want to cut the Fanatics, but it seemed like they were Neoform after game 1. We're also waiting on only 4 matches to finish before it's the Swiss finishes. We are 4-1 in the challenge. I'm glad we're getting a longer stream today after I was sick on Friday also. They limited it to people who have tournament attendance post-COVID, did they? Oh, did they skip their turn just now? Alright, I'll pass back. Why not choose to be nice today, huh? Wait, opponent, you have a land in your hand! I passed back! Opponent, you have Breeding Pool in your hand! Opponent, you got to get some stops here. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna pass back twice. It's nice if we play the Trinisphere this turn. Although they would have to have it through the Thought-Knot Seer. But it's nice that if they somehow have like two forces in their hand, they can't force and kill both because it costs 3. Well, your hand's bad. I guess I'll take the sink. Feeling like we're in a pretty good position. Also 2 gym zones. I don't think you really want to play them. I think your sideboard cards are too valuable. Like I would just rather play the Sire of Seven Deaths or the Chomping Changeling or the Collector Ouphe. Although I think you could cut the Ouphe, like they did. But like I would just rather play any of these sideboard cards instead. Like they needed like a Ghost Vacuum over the Gemstone Caverns probably. Ghost Vacuum's so good against Gorios. I can't play Thought-Knot Seer and K Command. It seems. Hey, if they drew exactly Force of Negation, we're totally fine still. Why do you think Affinity did so bad this PT? The same reason it did so bad last PT, the same reason it starts to do bad when it becomes popular. Affinity is very easy to hate out of the format. This is something I say a lot. Something I've said a lot wait, did I bottom? Oh, sorry, no. This is something I've said a lot as Affinity has kind of like waxed and waned out of the modern metagame. It's interesting to me how like strong people think Affinity is, despite the fact that it just gets hated out every single time. Like the faith people have in the deck. Like I believe that there are a lot of people who, when they unbanned Mox Opal, thought that the Mox Opal unban was a big mistake and have held that belief the whole time that Affinity is broken. But Affinity is very easy to hate out. It's very weak to a format of people playing a lot of sideboard cards against it, and it's going to continue to be weak in these environments. And I do not really recommend it if you expect a lot of hate cards. And every deck is packing a ton of hate for it. And this happened the last Pro Tour too. And then also with Boros also did really bad last Pro Tour. It's very interesting to me that like that's the case, and then and still people are surprised. Wasn't it better to climb beside you? I thought it was kind of good. I could just like cast the fight rigging here, and I attack for 5, and I attack for 10 next turn. Although they do have the endurance to block, but then I can also like double fight rigging. Does that mean Trudge is also easy to hate out? So Trudge is not that easy to hate out. It's not like there's a card like Meltdown that just says destroy all of your permanents, or Wrath of Skies that says destroy all of your permanents, or Fade from History which says destroy all your permanents, or Chalice of the Void of Vexing Bauble which says your spells don't resolve. It's like, the cards that are good against Trudge are like Fatal Push, Teferi Time Raveler, Vexing Bauble is okay, Blood Moon's okay, but all the cards are just kind of okay, like the hate cards. Consign is good. And then like being faster than it is viable if you want to be playing Neoform or Storm, you can be faster, but it's like the deck is very resilient. Very, very grindy. Yeah, Ruby's also done bad at all the PTs. And I did think Ruby was going to be better than it did. I thought Hex Magic was, a really big upgrade for it. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The opponent has a copy of Endurance in their hand. Oh my gosh. The unintentional Ken. And they just don't block. All right. See, after a long day, anybody can do that. Sir Charles, Twitch Prime, thank you. Welcome back. But the problem is, the problem with control is like while you're really good against Neoform. I don't think you're that good against Trudge. You're maybe okay. You're good against Neoform. You're not very good against Boros. You're not that good against. They had a bad win rate against Prowess. You're good against Affinity probably. I guess I'm thinking too much about Dimir. Blue white is good against all these decks. It didn't do against Prowess, but Dimir is better against Trudge and Neoform. But Dimir is weaker to Boros, Prowess, Affinity. Just maybe that's a good dynamic. I don't know. Okay, it looks like we're playing against Broodscale. Yeah, I think I just am a little bit too Dimir brained. Did Blue White Energy do well like I thought it would? No one played it. I think it had actual 0 people playing it. Maybe I didn't see. I mean, I think it would have done better than Boros Energy still. Okay, they've got their own K command here. Guess let's get ready to rumble. Yes, please. I didn't expect 0 people to play it. Like, I still think that deck is way better than Boros Energy. I don't know. Blue-white Blinkless and shit do not go. Oh, they did play it? Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, there was. Okay, there's 15 matches here. Sorry, I didn't even see it. I think I might go after the forest to make it harder for them to combo kill me. Need to get a green source, so let's get the bridge. We could maybe just cast the Trudge right now, but I mean, the bridge is just so valuable that we did brick. Okay, so Azurius Blink, 46.7. You know what? Better than Boros Energy. Although very small sample size. Do no opponent. This is just a league, not the challenge. Although the final round of Swiss is about to start. We're waiting on one match. They put a Blade of the Bloodchief in their hand there. Okay, so Emrakul costs. I have enough. I have exactly enough. They should block and sack their spawn. I'll just make them do it. Work access data. It's pinned at the top of the chat here. Okay, so is there Haywire Might for me, maybe? They also didn't sack a Mycospawn. Or sorry, a spawn token, rather. Didn't Boros get 2 in the top 8? Boros got 2 out of top 8. It was the most played deck by a lot. Out of all of the decks in the field, it had the worst win rate. And it had the biggest sample size. In fact, this line here means that for sure, in a bigger sample size, it has lower than 50% win rate, which is bad. The worst. I guess accepting. I guess I don't know why these are crossed. Oh, so these are crossed out here. These are all 1 or 2 players play the deck. But sorry, for some reason, like I thought this line was crossing them out, but it's not. Sorry, opponent. Okay, sure. Link, I did. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Okay, round 7's about to start. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go concede this match. And then lock in here. We're currently middle of the pack in the X1s, 58% win rate. I'll keep this in the play, I think. New matchup. Yeah, this is just a league match. We're waiting on 20 matches to finish before top 8 starts, but we are locked for top 8, and we're probably going to be in the top 4, which means we'll probably be on the play for the first round of top 8. If K command gets banned, what are the ramifications for consign? Sometimes I feel like I hear a question like this, and it's like you're trying to lead me somewhere. I don't know where you're trying to lead me. Um, I mean, consign gets worse if K command is legal or illegal. I think I'm kind of wondering, I suppose, is Kozilek's command still a 4 of in every sideboard forever, even if K command is banned? That's something I don't know. I think it stinks that like for 2 years, if you're playing blue, you have to have 4 consigns in your sideboard with almost no exceptions. I've done it sometimes. I talk myself into not playing consigns in some metas, and it's almost always wrong. I'll say that like they just unbanned living Violent Outburst, and one of the reasons for unbanning Violent Outburst was the existence of consigned to memory. So it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to ban it. Access player without access to Trudge, how could it be at Nationals? Okay, so Storm and Neoform are good against it. Teferi Time Raveler is good against it. Fatal Push is good against it. Bobble's okay. Blood Moon's okay. That's almost the whole list of stuff that's good against it. Charmal's good against it, I guess. Goryo's the whole like Goryo's archetype's good against it. Although I don't think Grixis Reanimator is. Yeah, I'm just playing the same deck in the league right now. It feels like it's a good day to do it since post Pro Tour success, but we'll be switching it up some more tomorrow. What's my opinion on the Flage ban? I mean, I think the Flage ban was really good. I think it's been really annoying for 2 years that I have to play like Nile Spellbomb against the Boros creature deck. But so the issue with Boros is that it is that Guide of Souls, Osla Pride, Flage, Ajani are all like modern staples almost individually on power level, and then they have 2-card combos with them. So like Guide plus Pride, Ajani plus Bombardment, Flage plus Arena makes your fair creature threats much more powerful than they should be. I don't think any of this is news to anybody. However, it's like I think it's a problem when the creature combo or the creature when the creature aggro deck gets to play combos like this. I think the gameplay fucking sucks. And so I do think the let's eternalize the Fanatic here. I do think the ban of Flage was a good step in the right direction. But this was a big part of the problem of the design of these cards, which was giving them a card that they kind of combo with. Well, in addition to just being modern staple power level without their combos. New elf? I'll take a look at a new combo elf. Blue. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, choose one. Tap target creature opponent controls. Untap target creature you control. It's -1 mana for comboing with Nantuko Dryad Arbor. I guess if you put a Splinter Twin on a Dryad Arbor and you have this in play, combos. I missed your take on Kin Change with the Verdict. I guess like the deck I'm playing today is the Verdict, right? But I mostly I like playing this stuff over the Devourers, and I don't like Drowner of Truth very much. I do like the Gargaroth. Maybe it's bad to play both of these. I think it should be okay. I kind of like that I can put a counter on the spawn token so it's not so weak to dart here. Hard to imagine we can lose. I don't know. Could it be good outside a combo? Fetch one taps 2 blockers. Hard to imagine it'd be good like in this meta game, right? Still plenty of time before top 8, I guess. Alright, they finally take their draw step over here. Possible to die this turn, I guess. They only have 2 mutagenic growths left, and that's like they need like that, like Show Off plus Violent Urge plus mutagenic growth. Ooh, is Bobble plus Violent Urge enough? Oh, it is exactly enough. Oh, it's actually 2 over. Was Fight Rigging a bomb in SNC draft? It must be. I think even like without the cast a free spell mode, it would be really good. Like there's like a 4 mana at the beginning of combat, put a counter on something in Marvel, and I've been told by a lot of people that card's good. My play experience with that card has been really bad, but maybe it's like just worse in Team Sealed. Okay, I would think if they had Violent Urge, they would have probably cast it. They attack Ugin. You love to see that. 60% wins rate. Those are pretty good. Hey, Fire Shoes also. Wow, a dead Ugin. Don't see that too often. I think we're going to be okay here. Do you think Wizards should be sideboarding Vexing Bauble these days? Interferes with Force, but still strong versus the meta. Well, when you say it's so strong against the meta, like it can help against Trudge. Your Trudge matchup as Wizards is really tough because you have a hard time dealing with the 6/6. So like the Bauble doesn't help that. Maybe you should play Archmage's Charm to steal some Trudges. But like you should have like the consigns for Living End, and you should have the Meltdown / Brotherhood in for Affinity. So like, is it just Trudge that you need the help with? Like you can play it, it's fine, but I don't know how important it is. Okay, so let's bring in 2 Trinisphere, Sire of 7 Deaths, 2 Chalices, or 3 Chalices, Elder Gargaroth, cut the Ulapogs. Might also trim some Emrakuls. Again, in the fast matchups, you just cut the Rumbles usually, and then on the draw we cut a. I guess just on the draw we cut a Mycospawn. On the play you cut the Caverns. Although maybe I want to cut the Ghost Quarter too. Yeah, I think I'll play 4th Mycospawn over the Ghost Quarter. Neoform had a winning record against everything except Prowess at the PT. That doesn't seem right. Prowess had a terrible Neoform matchup in my experience. Well, the Prowess they might have just come prepared, but it's also like high variance where like did the Prowess win the die roll and have like a turn 3 kill? You know, I don't know. Neoform is a pretty high variance deck. This is a very interesting hand on the draw against Prowess. I think I'll mulligan. Go to 5. Sure. So I guess this is just my 4, my 5 rather. Ooze or Myco. I think Ooze is not good against Prowess. I don't know. If it's not a graveyard, if it's not Reanimator, I think I'm not bringing it in. I think it should be also a Keen Egg Curator. I put that in the Mox field in case you copy it. Yeah, pretty good 5. My opponent's in the tank on their 7. Yeah, we're still in the challenge. We're in the top 8. We're waiting for it to start. 6-1 in the Swiss. We beat Storm, then we lost to Neoform, then we beat Neoform, then we beat the Trudge Mirror, then we beat Boros. Then we had a very fast match. I think it was against Prowess. Was it Prowess? It was Hollow One, and then we beat Tron. The thinking Prowess player. We've top 8'd 2 challenges with Trudge before. It'd be nice to win one. Would be a good day to win one. Un Sire, por favor. Storm and Neoform bad matchup, so it's pretty cool to go 2-1 against them. Oh, maybe I misspoke. I didn't play against Storm. Beat Boros, lost to Neoform, beat Neoform. The Trudge Mirror, Boros again, Hollow One, then Tron. When was our last challenge win? I think it was the Dimir, right? Dimir Flash. It's been a while. Espergores is rough. Yeah, Espergores is a bad matchup for Trudge. It was also bad at the PT. That's part of the reason why I decided to still play Ghost Vacuums and the Ooze, although it should be Keen Eye Curator, is that the Espergores matchup is bad. If you look at the math here, they went 2-5 against it. In my experience, also, it's been bad. A third preordain. Yeah, so you could play. So the thing is, Ghost Vacuum is like way better against Gorios. It doesn't turn off your green suns, and it just wins the game against them. It doesn't like get prismatic ending. Then the Atrax is still in the yard. But then, of course, Cage helps a lot too. So it possibly you could play both. I think you could. I think you could get the Ouphe. I think you have to play the stupid Chomping Changeling. I just bring it in so often. Um, you could maybe go down a Chalice, but you could play some. Okay, so they're bolting the Fanatic. They will have Delirium after the bolt resolves. Presume they're gonna have like a dart or something like that. Not too scary. They did keep a card on top after some thought. Probably correct to play the fight rigging, play around the spell pierce here, and maybe make them play kind of mana inefficient. Are there any good green symbols for graveyard matchups? We're playing a Keen-Eyed Curator / Scavenging Ooze, which that's kind of all you got. I guess I take Turntimber. Join late. What changes being tested precisely? We're taking a lot of Kin Yukihiro's changes from the Pro Tour. The big one is like Ugin and Emrakul, I think, are better than Devourer. I think that's something their team figured out, and I agree wholeheartedly with that. So how much damage is this? This is 7 counting the darts. They have 1 card in their hand. So if we can hit really any creature off the Turntimber Symbiosis, I can cast the Sire. Although I guess this would be a spot where the Drowner would be better just because it is for sure a creature. Dead to heat, I guess. Yeah, I do think the Turntimber Symbioses are better than the Drowners of Truth. It's not a super big difference, and if you're someone who just loves to have a million lab imprintables, that's fine. They didn't consign this, so it just should be safe to cast this now. Though we could cast this at instant speed. Thanks, Slumbering Trudge. Yeah, I think the tap lands are really bad in the deck. That's why we're only playing. Like, if I was gonna play more green tap lands, I think it would be more bridges. Like this. Like, did you see this card? It just cast a Sire of 7 Deaths, and it's a land. But I'd like to say, so that's like the one big. That's the one deck building decision I really didn't agree with. I do Suffering against Prowess. I guess you could rewind a little bit. On the play for game 2. Let's keep. I think I am just gonna go get Arbor turn 1. Maybe we can like just cast the Ugin on turn 3 if we find another. I guess it would have to be another imprintable and another lab. So, quarters. This is just the league. We're just waiting for the top 8 to start. We have 4 more matches of Swiss, or in this round of Swiss to finish before top 8 starts. Yeah, so I like Chomping Changeling better than Gorilla because against I mostly boarded it against, or one of the main matchups is Boros. So if they have Blood Moon, I can Green Sun for an answer to Blood Moon. It also kills Bombardment, also kills Static Prison, and then I wanted to stay around and block Ocelot Pride or Ragavan. Rest in peace, Dryad Arbor. Yeah, Magic Online does do seeded play draw. It's been this way for a little while. I know for a long time it wasn't this way. Oh, maybe I should have played Lab, so if I found another Temple, I could kick Mycospawn next turn. Little late, I guess. Maybe I'll grab the basic Forest so I could Eternalize Fanatic next turn. That seems like probably what I'd want to do. Transform a sideboard plan for Dimir decks like Ouroboros. Ouroboros is not that good because it dies to push, but Elder Gargaroth, which is now in the sideboard, you could board it against Dimir Flash, and they just can't Fatal Push it. Probably a good plan, and they can edict it if you don't have another creature to sack. I guess I should not F6 so I can sack Spawn token if they discharge it. Let's see what we draw. Drew a Temple. See if they have the second discharge. Not too often you turn 3 Eternalized Fanatic. Pretty powerful. I think we're 5th going into the Swiss this round, and we won, so we'll probably be in the top 4, and at least be on the play for the semis. Or the quarters, sorry. I always get those two mixed up, because it's like, when there are 4 total players left, that's the semis, but it's 4 matches, so quarters. Okay, we're going to get to cast Ugin, which is good against energy. It was so simple this whole time. Just cast Ugin against them. No, they fixed it like a year ago, I think. That it's the seeding matters. Yeah, I saw the kin thing. Like, I think we could be both critical of the sloppy play and also understanding that everybody gets nervous on the big stage. There's almost no chance that the cheat was a real cheat or that it was intentional. Like, I don't know what the word is. Is it sloppy play, maybe? Guess I'll just get a Temple. We could, Ghost Quarter this. Probably doesn't matter. How's it feel deck you made top 8 at a challenge 96? Pretty good. Like, the biggest accomplishment for the deck. Was it, yeah, they put the counter on the Sower instead of the Trudge to cast the thing. Yeah, there's really no chance it was an intentional cheat. It was sloppy play, and again, you can be critical of that while not calling it cheating. I think that's fair. If you were queued for the PT, do you think you'd have been brave enough to go off meta with Trudge? I've been saying for months if I was queued for the PT, I would play Trudge. I've been saying for at least a month I think Trudge is the best deck in Modern, so I think so. I think so. Oh wait, I just had Emrakul in my hand. Okay. I was just so locked in on put Emrakul in hand cast it, I didn't even realize I drew it. Okay, so bring in the Sire, the Gargaroth, the Changeling, cut the Ulapogs, cut the Ghost Quarter, bring it back in on the play. But he saved the Trudge and gained 6, which we knew he'd won UD7. I understand it worked out really good for him. It's still like I think so unlikely it was cheating. I don't know what's in his heart. I don't know what's in his brain. I think we can say most likely it was sloppy play. And I think you can be totally critical of it. I think that's fine. It's just different from cheating. Yeah, I'm like they did investigate the judge. It is what it is. And it's just 2 different things. I don't think I've seen you play Ulapog Simside that much matches. It's been good. It just got us into the top 8 against Tron. It was insane against them. It was very good. Very important. The Ulamog is now like mandatory in the deck, by the way. It's like it's not even a conversation should you play Ulapog, because Trudge is now maybe a tier 1 modern deck. It's close, very popular. If they have Ulamog and you don't, it's over. It's kind of like how in Boros Energy there's no way you couldn't play Flage and they have Flage. It's like you have to be. You can't not have Ulamogs. You maybe even need to play like a 3rd Ulamog as if like Trudge is super duper popular. No, he did not get DQ'd. I don't know what the penalty was, but there was an investigation. You know, has my mind recently wandered in Scale's direction? Sometimes, yeah. Every once in a while. I guess we're gonna go to 5 on the draw against Boros here. No penalty. There wasn't even a GRV. Oh, I disagree with that. Okay. Sorry about that. I guess I'm gonna put back 1/2 and just have K command on turn 1. It's a little weird, but like I want to be able to do that against Ragavan. I feel like I don't know why I wouldn't at least get a GRV. Kind of like a mold 3 here. We'll just K command into K commands and Mycospawns. Yeah, like there's like a lot of like fatigue that comes in. Like you've been playing all week, you've been practicing all week, you're tired, you're nervous. There's a big camera. There's that like Ken is like one of these people who's like visibly shaking. I'm someone who used to deal with that too. Thought about keeping that to imprint to the lab. I don't think it makes a lot of sense. Can't retroactively give GRVs as it wasn't caught in the moment. Oh, I guess I'll say that rule's probably not very good, right? Probably just should be able to give retroactive GRVs if it's on camera. So I guess I'm going to put the Sire back into my hand, and if I draw a Lab or a Temple, I can cast it. Otherwise, we could try to win game 3 of the play, or we could just scoop if the top 8's starting. Top 8, we're only waiting on one match to finish. I'm surprised 2 judges watching future match didn't see it. I mean, he didn't see it, his opponent didn't see it. It just happened really fast, Aren't all GRVs retroactive in some sense? Yeah, I would think you should be able to. I don't think that rule is very good, brother. Yeah, we're talking about the turn where he didn't put the counter on the Trudge. So I have this thing, and people who watch the stream a lot know. I have a thing sometimes, like I'll be waiting on my opponent to take a turn for so long, and I do think that was a turn where his opponent took a long time. I'll be waiting on my opponent to take a turn for so long, I'll like mentally think I've already made the play I made, and I'll just like not discard something to my looting or something because I've mentally already discarded it. And I wonder if that's what happened there. Like he mentally already put the counter on the Trudge. Because like you're sitting there, and if I remember correctly, the Ponza player is sitting there thinking a really long time, and you just want to untap and you want to you want to do the thing, and maybe you've just mentally already done it, like checked it off. I know that happens to me. I don't know how to make my brain work gooder, but maybe one day it will. He physically put the counter on the Trudge. Oh, did he? I don't even remember that. Remember when we were Mana Tithe player rounders? Maybe Boris should go back on Tithe. Like, do I really care if they dash Ragavan there? I think I'm gonna Rumble to try to find basic forest to not lose to Blood Moon, just in case, maybe. Sire's looking kind of nice. Sure. So I guess I'm just gonna be cold to Blood Moon. He only drew 6, gained 6. Yeah, again, it just wasn't cheating, I think, and it was sloppy play, and very understandable. It literally happens to every player, I think. Uh-oh. How good is the Gandalf creature in Ruby? I don't think it looks that good. I guess Ral's a wizard, huh? Just seems worse than Rin's Resolve. Alright, so they got a Ragavan. Your turn. Flip over a copy of Fight Rigging. I tried to sideboard Charmer's Trudge. I think it's kind of bad. I mean, I would definitely bring in any number of Charmals you have. It just doesn't win the game by itself. I would definitely play it. I've definitely people have cast Charmal against me today, and it's been good. Okay, round 8 of the challenge, or the final top 8. Top 8's about to start. I think I should just cast Sire. Yeah, definitely exciting. Skubaka. For me, the term cheating seems wrong. Yeah, I agree. It's sloppy play. It's not cheating. They're just different things. Okay, top eight. Top eight's about to start. Let's see what position we're in. We're first seed. No, we're fourth seed. I had to scroll up. Okay, so we're gonna be playing against For Fun No Win. Did we play against For Fun No Win in the Swiss? We did not. Okay, so we don't have info on what they're playing, but we will be on the play for at least the quarters. Uh-oh, there's a Blood Moon. All right, solo them, sire. And I guess we'll have some help with a non-sleepy Trudge soon. Okay, so we win. All right, I'm going to the bathroom real quick. Challenge top 8 is starting now. Cool to top 8. A really fun day to top 8 right after it had like an insane pro tour. I do think it's still the best deck in Modern. I've been saying that for like a month. I will be right back.